So can Desmond Ridder throw for 25 or more touchdowns? Let me give you a couple of interesting numbers, okay? Matt Ryan, for his career, had 9 25-plus touchdown seasons, okay? Matt Ryan by himself, 25-plus touchdown seasons, okay? Every other quarterback in the history of the Falcons franchise had 4 25-plus touchdown seasons, okay? Only 4. And that was only done by 3 guys. 3 guys besides Matt Ryan had 25 or more touchdowns in a season, okay? Now, the last time somebody not named Matt Ryan had 25-plus touchdowns as a Falcons quarterback, go back to Chris Chandler in 1998. Where'd the Falcons end up that year? Oh, yeah, that's right, the Super Bowl. Yeah, I forgot. So Chris Chandler, 1998, Chris Miller in 1991, and then Steve Bartkowski in 1980 and 1981. He's the only guy who had the 30-plus touchdowns, back-to-back seasons of 30-plus touchdowns. That's the only 4 times that has happened over 3 quarterbacks, not named Matt Ryan. And look, while we talk about what the Falcons offense is, it's balanced, it's a run-heavy, offense. Again, majority of play calls that were run versus pass. I got all that. But there's no reason why Desmond Ridder can't be 25 touchdowns. Couple of reasons. Number one is, we've talked about on the show, they have to be elite in the red zone. Okay? That is certainly definitely running the football in, but it's also little swing passes, little whatever. Quick route to Kyle Pitts, Drake London, right? We saw some of those things happen last year. And if Kyle Pitts is going to, again, he's going to be Travis Kelce or whatever like that, then he needs to be a 10 or 12 touchdown guy. Well, that's almost half your touchdown total for 25 if he carries it by himself. So there's no reason why Desmond Ridder in an NFL league that is pass happy and sets all kinds of passing records, there's no reason why that he can't be a 25 touchdown quarterback. And again, if we're going to get into that balanced offense that we all talk about, right, then he should be that. And when you've got, again, Jonnu Smith, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, you got Tyler Algier, you got Bijan Robinson, and then if they, end up re-signing Michael Pruitt, the unicorn, right? If they end up signing some of those guys, and you randomly find a touchdown target or 2, right? I think it was Matt Ryan in that Super Bowl year had, I think it was like 11 guys that he threw touchdown passes to. There's no reason why Desmond Ridder can't have a plethora of touchdown passes to all different kinds of guys and then have Kyle Pitts be your 10 or 12 touchdown. Now, I had a guy last night on the radio say, well, what's Kyle Pitts done to do all this? Here's the thing. These are the guys we have. Okay, this is our roster. We didn't draft Penei Sewell or Micah Parsons. So we have Kyle Pitts. That's the guys we got to go to battle with. That's the guys that we have to win football games with. And the way we win football games is we score touchdowns with Kyle Pitts. I mean, that's how we have to do it. I don't have Micah Parsons on the defensive side of the football to just game wreck everything, and just go out there and sack the quarterback 3 times. And okay, well, we don't have to score 25 points a game. I don't have to do anything. We've got a game wrecker on defense. We don't have that. We don't have those guys. So again, the guys that we have, again, London, Bijan, Pitts, that's the guys we have. That's the guys we have to go to battle with. And that's how we're going to have to win, right? We've got a lot of offensive firepower. And not just those guys, but obviously, Jonnu Smith and Cordero Patterson and all these guys that we have. There's no reason why in today's NFL that Desmond Ridder can't be a 25 touchdown quarterback. And I don't think he's going to be a quarterback that when you look at his stats and numbers, that it's going to be 25 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. I don't think he's going to put the ball in harm's way. But again, if we're going to win and we're going to be a division champion, We're going to have to be elite in the red zone. Well, that's not just running the football in every time. That's not just I formation, run it on the right side behind McGarry and Lindstrom, and we just pound it in there. There'll be a lot of that. Don't get me wrong. There'll be plenty of that. But there's no reason why that we can't have some vertical passing, whether it's Pitts or Jonnu Smith. There's no reason why we can't have some vertical passing. There's no reason why we can't throw it when we get down deep into the red zone with all the big physical targets that we have. So if Desmond Ridder is only an 18, 19 touchdown type of quarterback for this team, I don't know if we're going to get to where we need to be. Because again, you know what I don't have? Micah Parsons, Joey Bosa, Miles Garrett. I don't have that guy on the other side of the football. I didn't draft those guys. I drafted Pitts and London and Bijan. That's the guys we drafted. Would I have drafted those guys? No, I wouldn't have drafted all those guys. But that's who we have. That's the roster that we've created. And I'm not saying that they're wrong or whatever like that. Time will tell. If they don't get it right, guess what? They'll be looking for a new head coach and a new general manager. And this philosophy, if it doesn't work, guess what? It won't linger, because Arthur Blank is not going to, be a 90-year-old owner hanging on to his head coach and general manager just for the sake of hanging on to him. That's not going to happen. So there's no reason why Desmond Ridder, and even though it's barely happened in Falcons franchise history, that it's rare that we've seen it. Again, 3 guys not named Matt Ryan have had 25 touchdown passes in a season. And a quarterback not named Matt Ryan hasn't done it since 1998. Oh, yeah, the last time we were in the Super Bowl. By the way, 91 was when, Chris Miller, that was a playoff team as well. So again, in a league that throws the football around everywhere, I'm not telling you that Desmond Ridder is going to have 600 pass attempts. I'm not going to tell you he's going to drop back 700 times and throw it. But we have the weapons to be efficient on our offense. We have the personnel to get this thing done. And obviously the personnel to go in there and score in the red zone. Whatever reasoning, physical targets, guys that can, get themselves, whatever. We have too much personnel for him to not be a 25 touchdown quarterback. And we've gone through the whole list of players on there. So again, there's no reason why Desmond Ridder can't be 25 touchdowns. In a league that is full of Kirk Cousins and guys like that who throw 25 touchdowns all the time. Even Ryan Tannehill was a guy in Arthur Smith's offense that was 22, 24 touchdowns. Well, I think Desmond Ridder can be better than some of those guys. I think he could be, again, he's not going to have 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns or anything like that. I'm asking for 25 touchdown passes, right? That's a very reasonable number to get in today's NFL. 25 touchdown passes for my starting quarterback over a 17-game stretch. It's not even 2 touchdown passes per game. So will Desmond Ridder throw for 25 plus? Yes. If he doesn't, then there's going to be problems on our offense. There's going to be, because we're not going to run for 8,000 yards and have 60 touchdowns on the ground. We're going to have to find a way to get creative, because teams are going to take away what we do best down deep. And we've got to get the ball into Pitts and London and Jonnu Smith and Cordero Patterson and all these guys' hands, and Algier and Bijan throwing the football to him. So I will tell you, I think Desmond Ridder throws for 25 plus touchdowns, or our offense may kind of sputter. If he can't be a 25 touchdown quarterback, and I'm, again, 24, 23, okay. But if he's 18 or 19 touchdowns, that's not going to be good for what our offense wants to do. This isn't Marcus Mariota anymore. We need to be more balanced. We need to be, an offense that can throw the football downfield and throw it competently. Because at times last year, we were an incompetent passing team. All right, well, thank you so much for making Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery your first listen. Be sure when you go in and listen to the podcast that you go in and leave us a comment letting us know that you're an everyday listener. We call them our everydayers. Be a part of the community. Let us know that you're an everyday listener 5 days a week to the show. We thank you so much for being a part of our community. You can follow us for free on YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast. Get the latest episodes of Hittin' Hard as soon as they become available. Also on Sirius XM now, on the Sirius XM app, and then on my Twitter page at JMCH316. Give me a follow there. Back with you on Monday. This has been Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked on Sports Atlanta.